How you doing? I'm currently door dashing, and I'll show you where I am. Can I flip this around? I think I can. This is Walgreens in West Bend. This Walgreens is on the south side of town. And I'm going to flip back around. So, I logged on. I usually start around 7:30. And I logged on and didn't have anything for like a half an hour. So then my first order comes through. And it's 1075. Now I'm parked at the north end of town at a place at the old KFC location. So I get this order to go to Walgreens, and so I'm looking at it and I'm like, I just don't understand how DoorDash can do this kind of thing. Logistically, DoorDash is a nightmare sometimes, in my opinion. So I'm sitting in this parking lot, this KFC parking lot, and about 1,000 feet away from the KFC parking lot is a Walmart, or not Walmart, I'm sorry, another Walgreens. We have two Walgreens in West Bend, one here on the south end of town, and then one on the north end of town. So I'm actually about 1,000 feet away from the north store, the north Walgreens. So I get this order, 1075, 12 point something miles. I have to drive all the way down to the south side Walgreens. And it's like a 2.5 mile drive. So what should have been, if DoorDash would have done this thing and made it a sensible pickup. Now, again, there's things that play into it. Maybe they didn't have an item at that particular store, and that's why they chose that particular store. I don't know. But I would have saved probably about 5 miles had I just gone to the Walgreens that I was about 1,000 feet away from, instead of having to drive all the way down to the south side of town. Now, this order I'm bringing all the way back north and west of West Bend. So now I have to drive all the way back to drop this order off, when I very easily, if again, maybe they didn't have an item or two there. I don't tend to believe that. I just believe DoorDash is all about making you go as far as possible, wasting as much time and gas on some of these orders. And I just don't believe that they have our best interests as far as saving us time and saving us money. So, in a nutshell, I was about 1,000 feet away from the Walgreens store. Here, let's show you this beautiful drive. Okay, what happened there? There we go. That's better. So, sorry. So again, to make this, simplify this, I was 1,000 feet away from the north side Walgreens. DoorDash sends me an order to go to the opposite side of town, about 2.5 miles, to pick up an order at a Walgreens, because West Bend has two Walgreens, one on the north side, one on the south side. So after picking up that order on the south side of town, I have to drive it all the way back to the north side of town. Probably would have saved about 5 miles if they would have just had me pick it up at the north side of town location. I just don't understand the lack of logistical sense when some of these DoorDash orders. It's just so bizarre to me And I try to think of ways and things that, may instances that might occur, reasons why they're not sending me to the North store to save me all that time. Because, again, if I would have just simply picked this order up at the North store, I would have saved, it wouldn't have been a 12-mile trip. It would have been a probably 7-mile trip. And 5 miles is, it's a lot when you're door dashing. It's a lot of miles. Sorry, it's the morning. I'm still kind of clearing my throat and stuff. It's just it's kind of frustrating because the goal when you're a DoorDash driver is to make money and make more money than miles. You don't want to have $150 day but have 400 miles on your car. That's a waste of time. So for DoorDash to do this, to send me all the way to the other side of town when I was 1,000 feet away from the north side of town Walgreens, they sent me 2.5 miles to the other side of town to pick up an order. And now I have to drive all the way back past the North store to drop it off. So I would have, had they just had me go to the North store, where I was only, like I said, a couple parking lots away from the North Walgreens. If they would have sent me to that Walgreens instead, that would have saved me 5 miles on this trip. I mean, I probably would have been dropping that order off by now. But instead of making it a 7-mile trip, they made it a 12-mile trip. And it's frustrating as a driver because we're trying to, it's called DoorDash for a reason. We're trying to get stuff to people as fast as possible. And you can't when, you're driving all over. It logistically, it doesn't make sense. So I'm back on the north end of town right now, and I'm coming up to where I was originally. Now, I've spent probably about 15 minutes going to and from the other Walgreens to pick that order up. And now I'm coming up to the Walgreens where I basically was parked a couple of parking lots over. That's the store that they should have sent it to, this one coming up right here on the right. I'm on 8th Avenue and Washington Street. Now, that's where Walgreens should have sent the order for me to pick up. That's where DoorDash should have sent the order for pick up, but they didn't. They had me go all the way to the other side of town and pick up at the South store, and now I'm bringing it all the way back up here. And there, right again, on the right side, right here on this intersection, that's Walgreens, and I was parked right by this Walgreens here waiting for an order. And instead of DoorDash sending it to the store I was basically at, they had me go all the way down to the south side of town to that location and pick up the order, and now I had to bring it back. So I just wasted like 5 miles driving. Now again, to be fair, they might not have had an item at this particular Walgreens, and that's why they sent me to the south one, but this happens all the time. These orders do not make logistical sense at all. And I'm just pointing this out to let you folks know this is just something that we deal with. I know this ain't going to be the greatest Road Trips with Yogi episode, or it's probably going to get 5 views, but I just cannot figure it out. Cannot figure it out why they do that. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody's having a good holiday season so far. I can't believe it's a week from Christmas. Christmas is a week away. I cannot believe that. And we have no snow. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow, a couple inches, I guess, but then it's supposed to warm up again. So we might be like looking at 40 degrees on Christmas, which will be nice, but it's different. We usually have snow. It's usually cold. But if we have a nice warm Christmas, I won't mind. Not at all. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everybody enjoyed the Shalom episode I just uploaded. When I was doing the Shalom episode, there were a couple things. It was a great experience overall. There were a couple things, minor things, that Shalom needs to fix. But other than that, it was a great episode. I did enjoy it. It was fun being at that zoo. It was a good time. My abandoned Wisconsin episode I see is doing pretty well compared to some of my other videos, which is nice. My episodes. I'm kind of surprised that two of them, the ESPN one that I did about the first live broadcast, that one I was surprised got as few views as it did, because I thought, that's something people might be interested in. The history of where the first live broadcast on ESPN was in Landon, Wisconsin. I thought that would have been a little more interesting. Some more people would have saw that, but you hit and you miss with these videos. And the Kooky Cookie House, that one I was kind of surprised didn't do as well. I am in West Bend, Wisconsin this morning, folks. I'm just door dashing. Thank you all for hanging out with me this morning. It's going to be a short one. I'm going to end this before I get to the drop-off. It's only probably going to be another 5-10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I've had a really rough patch of anxiety. Started yesterday afternoon, and it was really bad last night. I'm still feeling kind of today, but I ain't gonna let that get in the way of things. So anxiety, I am barreling through today, and even though I'm having an anxiety day, I'm still out, I'm still working, I'm still driving, still doing what I gotta do. I'm just trying to think of what kind of episodes I have coming out. What do I have coming up? Greenbush. I will be uploading an episode on Greenbush shortly. The Wade House. It's a pretty historical area. Beautiful area. I didn't go into the Wade House. They weren't open that day. They have a really neat carriage museum up there too, but they're only open on Saturdays, and I film generally on a Monday, so it was closed. I didn't get a chance to go into that museum, but I'd like to check that museum out because it looks pretty neat. I also have one coming up on Glen Beulah. I see I have oh, it just disappeared. I apologize, but I just had a comment. How do I bring that back on? Sorry. Trying to drive and the comment's gone. I apologize. I'll try to answer that comment later. It disappeared from my screen, and I can't oh, Dort, why do you do this, YouTube? Come on now. I'm trying to drive. I apologize. I'll have to answer that question later. I can't see it right now. Oh, there it is. I don't want to pin anything. Does Silver Mountain, does driving trips help with anxiety? Yes and no. I love taking road trips. The problem is, since my anxiety started in 2020, I have yet to really take a very far road trip on my own because of my anxiety. I'm very fearful. I'm still trying to get over that. Being alone. I have driven to Illinois for passenger, and I had to come back from Illinois. I'm in Wisconsin. And I think you're in Wisconsin too, Silver Mountain, so I think. So yeah, I mean, I try not to think about it when I'm driving, but sometimes it's just, it's hard not to. It can really, really mess with you. I'm pretty focused when I work, so I don't really try to let it sink in while I'm driving, the anxiety. But when I get home, some days it just kind of like kicks in when I get home, because all day long I've been focused on working and not focused on the anxiety part. And then all of a sudden I'll get home from working and I'll start feeling lousy. So thank you for the question. Again, right now I'm door dashing, folks. The reason I logged on today is because I was like, I have this DoorDash order that made no sense to me logistically. I was 1,000 feet away from about 1,000 feet away from a Walgreens on the north end of town, and DoorDash sent me to the south side of town to pick up an order to bring back to the north side of town. So it just didn't make sense. So I logged on to talk about that. I gotta cut it short though. I'm getting close to my drop off, so I gotta get my DoorDash app back on. But thanks for stopping by, folks. It's a brief one today. You guys take care. Got some episodes coming up. Green. I've got at that shortly as well. Until then, folks, this is Yogi. You guys take care of yourselves, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. And I'm out of here. Have a good day, folks. Bye.